Hey guys, it's Fleccas. This week we're in downtown LA for the Women's March. We're going to talk to some ladies and some guys. We're going to see what's going on and see what the day is all about. Kyle Kashuv is here.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to have a great time today.
And we have merch. Fleccas stocks. All right, we're here at the Women's March. What's the day all about? What's the big message of the day?
Just to come together and be all inclusive and share positive energy and woman power, and I think it's just like a good day for people to express how they feel and express love and dress up and have fun and be out here together.
So we're here at the LA's Women's March. It's a great day today. So why are you here?
We're helping volunteering with my friend's cousin.
Who am I here with?
Alex.
Alex. I have a brother named Alex. Very cool. What brings you here today?
I'm here for women. Equal rights.
Very cool. I'm with her. Is that a Hillary Clinton thing or is that a women in general thing?
Women in general.
Cool. I feel the same way. Rolling. Second one. This is, what's the show this is from again?
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale.
The feminist one might actually be a good call for you.
What do you think, bro?
Feminist AF would be good for Kyle. I want to do this grabs back for Kyle.
This one's the most popular one.
Oh, he already picked Feminist AF. All right, that's for Kyle. I just bought him a gift. He's visiting LA.
Yeah, man.
All right, he's going to interview you.
Look, we're here at the Women's March, getting up some swag. Just got this great. Let's start again. We're here at the Women's March interviewing people. I just bought this fire swag. Really like it.
Looks great.
Why are you here today?
I'm here today to make sure that the women of our country are able to talk, be free, and have equality with men.
What does the sign say? What does it mean?
The sign said, God called, she's pissed.
Of course, and what does that mean?
It means she's f***ing pissed, yeah. It's
very cool.
simply put.
And what brings you here today? What's the overarching theme of the Women's March?
Listen, to celebrate all the women in my life. I have a company and 16 employees, majority women, and it's, love my mother. We got to support our women.
You pay yourself a little more than them?
No.
Okay, of course not. Of course not. It's illegal to do that.
Exactly.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, we got one. Gillette is right.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that, honestly, it's time for men to start changing what the idea of what people think a man is and start recognizing that their behaviors are, toxic, especially towards women. And, there's just nothing wrong with that. And they need to realize that. And thank you, Gillette, for doing that.
Toxic masculinity. Okay, I got it.
Where are we seeing toxic masculinity today?
I mean, it's at its worst. It gets us where we got now, where this person who's
It's Pirate Guy. Who'd you vote for?
Oh, what about building the wall? We won't even talk about that.
So where are we seeing toxic masculinity?
well, we see it everywhere. Including
What's an example of it?
The president. Like the idea of guys can be nice to each other and they can be themselves and they can have feelings and they can touch each other and maybe that's gay and maybe it's not and it doesn't matter if it is.
Oh no, there's mud, there's mud.
However I can be as me and come to gay pride and be as gay as I want, the way I need and want to be, and be as gay as anybody else. And I see that my feeling oppressed because of my sexuality wakes me up to feel like, oh, I get it, other people who are oppressed because they're...
But wouldn't it be better not to feel oppressed? Maybe there are certain injustices that we can be more aware of. But once you label yourself as oppressed, doesn't that kind of put you in a downward spiral of victimhood?
Oh, well, I relate to that a lot from a Jewish perspective. That's a kind of a very Jewish narrative. They tried to kill us, we won, let's eat. Ha ha. That's every Jewish holiday in a few words. Not long ago. You know what I'm saying? How crazy.
This person. What are you here to say?
I'm here to say I don't like you.
Why? What a mean... He's probably jealous of my beard. Mine looks fantastic. I have a great beard. Yeah, you agree?
I had a great beard once. Her name was Rachel, but... Anyway.
I'm
just kidding. I just want her to know if she ever sees it that she was not a beard and I will always love her, yeah.
That's a nice story.
In a society with strong men, they would never allow for the taking of guns and free speech, and they would never allow the collapse of America. So you have to dumb people down. Of course, yeah, there's rapey men and no one likes them, but toxic masculinity is a small problem. Toxic femininity and demasculinity is a huge problem. Now that we have a bunch of pathetic men everywhere, it's easy to rape the United States metaphorically.
So in order to target inequality in the United States between men and women, A lot of people talk about systemic inequality. What specific cases can we fight against in the government that we can pinpoint there's systemic inequality? Let's fight that.
I think the best way to fight that is hiring people, or like getting people into positions of power that are people of color, especially women that are people of color. I think that's the best way to get them to like fight off the systemic inequality.
We do need more women in office because, you know, this country is filled with men and women. So if any women are interested that are seeing this, please run and support your community.
In this current day and age, why does someone's gender or skin color matter? Why should it matter?
I don't think it should matter, and that's just an old.
Then why should we be hiring someone specifically because of their skin color or gender?
I think just for diversity's sake, because everyone that different people of color have come through different backgrounds, and it's important to get those different ideas out, help like mesh a collective mind instead of just one type of group always in charge of everything.
So shouldn't we be focusing on intellectual diversity versus diversity of identity?
I think intellectual diversity is really important, but it also comes from the place you've grown up from. A lot of people don't have the same kind of resources from like the education levels of their parents and whatnot to be able to actually like have that kind of intellectual diversity growing up. So I feel like having people from different backgrounds make a difference in that sense.
You have some questions for Kyle?
Yeah, so you're being the interviewer, asking a lot of good questions, and I was just there observing. I was just wondering, what is it for a white male's experience in the midst of all these feminism movements, and you guys being all white male crew, asking, I'm assuming both men and women, but that's you the men, you know, to talk about women's issue. What is it like from your perspective?
So what concerns me when you first started off the question, you went right to my race and my gender, and I want to know why that's necessary in a discussion. I don't think I just talked to your friend there, and we said that really your personal identity shouldn't be that much of a factor in who you and why people speak to you. You know, be who yourself. Why does that matter?
She's back.
Okay, Kyle, can I just ask you one thing? So one day, I mean, you're a pretty boy. So put on a wig.
He's 17.
Really?
Yeah, careful.
Put on a wig and get some pretty clothes, and just walk down the street right around downtown would be okay, and see how it makes you feel. And honestly, I would recommend after like it's dark, but to get like a more intensified experience, maybe you should do that.
Question for you: if he put on a "Make America Great Again" hat and walked around, what do you think would happen to him?
Hollers, people looking to his saying, but it's more about what not.
Would he be what's more likely to be physically assaulted for him wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat, the red hat, the iconic one, or him wearing a wig? Be honest, LA.
I would say both. There's a lot of hated people here.
All the men who have been soyed down, that's now a verb, they're the ones that are going for communism. So, like, I shouldn't be the most masculine guy here. I'm wearing a Golden Girl shirt. My hair's like 2 feet long. I should not be one of the more masculine guys. I'm not bragging. This is pathetic.
I would say you're probably like the second most masculine guy here.
Yeah, probably like the first one, and you're probably second. Like, it's a close
It's
one.
definitely close.
Yeah, there's other guys I've seen more masculine than you, but I would say you're a top 10.
Def top 10. Do you think there's good masculinity in the world?
Of course, we're doing it right now.
Well, wouldn't you agree that society now is less masculine than ever?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I mean, how can we say that? Like, I was born in the 80s. Have you been
about
forever? I don't know.
We're beyond like the steak and cigarettes for breakfast days and like that kind of stuff. Yeah, like we're less masculine than we've used to be historically.
Yeah, no, like there's guys doing yoga, and there's it's changing for sure. I see what you're saying.
And would you agree that good masculinity, there's evil that exists in the world, and good masculinity fights away that evil? And when there's wars, it's evil people, it's standing up for people who are helpless.
Yeah, I think that just talking about things as evil is a cop-out.
I'm saying, like, you say there's a rapist or a murderer. Yeah. It's like, that's toxic masculinity. I would maybe agree with that. That makes sense, of course. Sure. But then maybe I would also say a strong masculine person might defend against that. There's a hijacker on the plane. Like, that's bad. But a man might step up and be more inclined to stop that person, right?
It's okay to be... What is this, like Ali G? You're not trying to get me to agree to like bad ideas, right?
Well, I think my ideas are good.
Genuine conversation.
Yeah, I think there's a mix of. I think there's good masculinity in the world. For sure. I think good masculinity defeats evil, and I think we're less masculine than ever. So if you ask me, I would say the problem is that we're not masculine enough anymore.
When I grew up, I loved to dance, right? I loved to perform and be a little dancer. But then basically people told me, don't kick your leg like that. It's like, it's faggy, you know, like they don't, oh, don't be like, it's too gay, you know, like tone it down. Or then people would say like, dude, no homo. Or then I would off with my friends and we would do it and we would like have to announce how like we're not gay. You are a chill guy. I don't even know you. What's your name?
Austin.
What's up, Lee?
Lee.
Sorry,
My
nice
middle
to
name
meet
is Lee.
Oh, no way. Nice to
You
meet
spell it L-I?
L-E-E. You spell it L-I.
L-E-E as well. Women's March. What's going on here?
March for women's rights.
Very cool.
The expansion of the awareness of what women need to have a quote-unquote best life.
Where do you think those things are not being met today, and where is that not happening, and what can we do to help?
Women's pay, not equal.
What does the sign say, and what does it mean?
For every dollar a man makes, a woman makes 50 cents. But, you know, since we got up from the elevator, everyone's been telling us that's wrong. That's actually 36 cents now. And these are men and women telling us this. So
if every dollar a man makes, a woman makes 36 cents?
That is correct.
Women get paid 73 cents on the dollar compared to their male counterparts.
To be fair, isn't that just comparing median income of men versus median income from women? Because women straight out of college and women who are in the workforce for years who aren't married and have children make more than men. Does that kind of play a role, or do you think that's relevant?
It could be relevant, but what I think is that in usually the male-dominated workforce, there is more talk given to the male side of the workforce because there are more males there. And so, therefore, like, things like...
I get paid $5 less an hour than my male counterpart when I'm in charge.
Are you working the same exact job?
I'm working more than that job.
Where are you working? Which places? Let's expose them.
It's in the entertainment and decoration industry, and I found out actually I'm the lowest paid, and I'm in charge of the job. I'm not gonna name names.
That's illegal, though, right? Well,
Prove it.
It is illegal. It is illegal.
Prove it. How do you find it?
If you're getting paid $5 less an hour, are you able to show those stubs and be like, why is this?
What contractor?
So do you think that they're getting paid more because they're men, or because they're asking for more, or because the contract was different? How does that work?
I think it's a combination of everything.
I think you should ask for $5 more. Match that guy.
Women, specifically Hispanic women, are the lowest paid in that ladder, in that corporate ladder.
To be fair, why wouldn't companies hire only women then and just pay them a third of what they're paying men?
You know, it's more than that. It's not just pay. It's, you know, how you get there. Women have consistently not been given enough opportunities. And, you know, as you are aware, you have to develop your skill. You have to develop your, you know, those job requirements that you need to do the job. But when women are not being given opportunities to even enter the workforce, of course, 5-10 years from now, they end up earning less than their husbands. Statistically speaking, again, I'm going off what the general public's telling me. If they're saying that this is wrong and it's 30 cents a dollar, there has to be some truth to that. You know, and some truth to all of this frustration, this anger, this, you know, yes, just anger and frustration amongst women out here, you know?
The leader of our country said he grabs people like me by the pussy, which is like, really...
I don't think you meant people like you. This is the Women's March, but half of the country is pro-life, so a lot of those people didn't show up to this. Do you think the Women's March represents all women?
Partially, in a way.
What percentage of women would you say is represented here?
The people that care, I guess.
This is the Women's March. There aren't many right-leaning women or conservative or Republican women here. Why do you think that is? Where's the divide between the two groups?
Well, I don't know. That's a big question. There are definitely a lot of white women that voted for Trump, and that is a big problem. I think just the ideals here, like abortion rights, all that, like that's not stuff that they believe in. And it's too bad that they can't be here to like listen to that and hear some of our voices so that they can understand why we feel the way that we feel.
Why is the abortion issue such a dividing factor between conservative women and the women here at the Women's March?
You know, honestly, I feel like it's because some people want to preserve the idea of, like, you know, murder is murder no matter what it is or whatever. But at the same time, it's like choosing something that you want to do. It's like it should be your choice, and no one, especially not a government, should tell you what to do.
Do you think the empowered this way to live is to be pro-choice or pro-life, though?
I'd say pro-choice. You know, choosing the way you want to be, choosing what you want to do.
Interesting. I would think that the more empowered thing would be to be responsible sexually, not get pregnant, and if you do get pregnant, stick with, you know, if it's a mistake, it's a mistake, but stick with what happened and, you know, kind of be empowered and don't kill a baby.
I would say whatever your choice is, it's like that's the choice that you got to make, you know? Yeah.
True. Very cool. So you're pro-choice?
I'm pro-choice.
All the way through?
Yes.
Third trimester?
Yes.
Why do you think these people think it's empowering to kill an unborn baby?
For a while, I was pro-choice, not extremely, but the more I learn about liberals and how delusional they are, I was like, oh, they probably are murdering babies. For a while, I was like, nah, but just look how they deal with everything. They lie about the border, they cover up human trafficking. I'm like, oh, yeah, they're probably killing babies.
Isn't that kind of brutal? Like, a baby can be born at like 20-something weeks now.
You know, honestly, it's not my baby, not my problem.
I think if it's more responsible for a woman to not have the baby, if that'll keep her quality of life, improve it, whatever, that's just the right call for everyone.
When do you see the baby as a baby and not as a clump of cells?
Oh gosh, that's a big question. I don't really.
Are you pro-choice the whole way, or first trimester, second trimester?
Well, I think after a certain point, yeah. I don't know what the general guideline for it is, but yeah, I mean, after a point where, yeah, you shouldn't have an abortion, but I am pro-choice.
But do you think, like, if the baby can live outside the womb, it can be aborted still? Is that okay?
Yeah, I think abortions are usually not allowed after 16, 20 weeks. I don't know what the number is.
Well, it depends on, I guess, where you are. Hillary Clinton right now in New York is pushing to get it all the way through third trimester.
Okay.
And Cuomo's backing that up.
I guess I haven't thought all of that out, but I definitely am pro-choice.
Very cool.
Well, it's not a human life, it's a fetus.
It is. It's a human life. The government works to protect the life and liberty of individuals.
Trying to involve me into a discussion about abortion. For me, my stance is clear. It's the woman's choice.
So the woman has a choice to kill the kid if she wants to. If it's a live human being?
It's not a kid.
What about a minute before it's born? Can't you kill it then?
Involving me in this discussion. My point is clear.
When does the baby fetus, that fertilized egg, become alive?
When it's to the point where it can't be, you can't turn back. Where it's not like you're not actually killing a human. You're killing just the inside part. Where it's like before they're actually like something.
So you'd say after the heartbeat. I guess the heartbeat would be a good factor.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So anything after 3 weeks, you would say is cool, not to be legal.
Not to be legal? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So at what point does the fetus become alive?
No, I do believe that a fetus is born a human right at conception, but they don't really become living until 8 weeks.
Okay. So if after 8 weeks we've established it's a human life, okay? And the woman decides to have an abortion at week 20, can we say that, would you say it's her right to terminate/kill the child in her womb?
Yeah, it is.
And this is a women's march, but to be fair, I mean, half of the women who are maybe pro-life or conservative or not Democrat necessarily aren't here. And this is more of, this is pro-choice, this is pro-Democrat, anti-Trump. What percentage of women are we actually dealing with at that point?
To be honest, it's probably a small percentage. I do wish it could be something bigger, and I do wish it could just be like, women speaking out for women. Doesn't matter like what party you're from.
There is kind of a political divide, I've noticed. There is a march for life on the other side of town, and there's the women's march here. Why are the conservative or right-leaning women and then the left-leaning women so divided right now?
You know what? I'm just here for all girls. I don't want to get political. I just want to be a girl's girl.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hashtag me too, in the other way, not in the bad way. It is a women's march. It should encompass, sounds like, all women. Why are we not seeing many conservative women here today?
Because Trumpettes have a defect in their brain. They don't know how to do math or logic.
It's the Donald Trump is worse than Hitler, girl.
Donald Trump is worse than Hitler!
How could you vote against your own gender and your own right to have the same rights as everybody else in this country? How could you possibly say that there's something wrong with your brain?
Do you think the feminist empowered women view is being pro-choice?
I wouldn't even go as far as feminist. I'd say the human view. pro-choice. This is my body. I'm not going to pay for an unwanted passenger.
And we should have choice, and it's a women's body, and we shouldn't be telling them what they need to be doing with it.
Do you think God agrees with that?
That's not my call to say. We all have our own different perceptions of God, so.
So do you think that there should be restrictions on abortion?
If it's something that, I guess if it's something that's tough. This is really honestly tough.
Because a majority of the abortions are done out of inconvenience, out of people not being ready to have a baby, financially.
That's definitely.
So do you think that's the, like, you know, I can understand it more when it's rape or sexual, you know, something like that, or incest like that, but those are so rare. Do you think that the inconvenience factor is enough to end an unborn baby's life?
No, not really.
Do you think that there should be some restrictions or regulations going forward? Maybe because 70-something% of the country believes that there should be more restrictions on abortion and it shouldn't just be as prevalent as it is now. It's kind of crazy. If the baby can be born, I don't think it should be killed. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Go under. Can't go under. Sorry, Kyle. We just got new merch. We're plugging new merch.
Sorry?
We're plugging new merch.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Looks awesome.
It.
Loving the new merch. Very cool. And what do you think about the other merch on the site? Good-looking, high-quality products?
I haven't seen it before, but I love what I see right now.
But so far, very cool. Very cool. She gets it. All right, another Fleccas Talks in the books. Please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. We have a Patreon. We take PayPal donations. And for the first time ever, we have merch. The link is in the description below. Get your merch today. We got some fire stuff. This isn't even the best of it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you at the next one.
I've seen... Oh, sorry. That was gross. Sorry. I've seen... Sorry about that.
Sir, how much are the hats?
They're $25.
Okay.
And the proceeds go to feminine hygiene kits for ladies on Skid Row.
Oh, very nice. I live right near Skid Row.
Oh, there you go.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. I volunteer with a group called Down But Not Out. They're on Facebook, and we meet every Thursday.
Very nice.